Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality Cast. I'm one of your hosts, Chris, and my co-host and a little bit happier friend is Mr. Dave.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. Welcome to Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. We are covering Love is Blind, Series 3, Episodes 8 through to 10. Now, Chris, where would you like to start today?
Well, Dave, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone on Facebook. I put the episode up for Love Island Australia, episode 1 to 4, and put the link up on our Facebook page, and did say that I probably need a new best friend and a new co-host, and there was plenty of people ready to step into the fray, Dave. So, if there is an accurate, if there is ever a split, let's hope there never is. I have co-hosts, so maybe you could. Well, you might have co-hosts as well, Dave. But people were happy, even to the point where we actually had an intro put on as well, Dave, which was brilliant. So thank you, everyone.
Oh, I missed that. I missed that bit, so yeah. I'll have to go back this morning.
I'll have a look at that one day. But no, I think we're covering Love is Blind episode 8 tonight, 8 to 10, like you say. I found this a real struggle, and I think probably one of the biggest couples on these 3 episodes was SK and Raven. And we got their whole journey, didn't we, from start to finish, basically, over these 3 episodes, and meeting the family. And like I say, I've got to put my hands up here. I was really sceptical of Raven. I thought, she's in it for Instagram. She's proper watched like what the UK people do to get this career, and I still call out a bad behaviour when Bartice was laying it on Vic. Not a big fan of Bartice nowadays, so she was probably right. But at the time, I was like, that's terrible, and he was getting upset.
What bad behaviour?
When she was doing fucking star jumps when he was laying it on the lap.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant when they met up, because Bartice was being a bit flirty, but she was giving him nothing. So right, got you.
Yeah, sorry.
The star jumps were ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. But to be fair, I've warned her. I think she's just very sensitive, very insecure, and I think these two as a couple, these are the ones I wanted to get together and be, as a couple, I think. But yeah, ultimately it was a bit of a shocker, wasn't it, Dave? But meeting the family and everyone, like SK's mum, she was all in for it. She was so emotional. We had this thing with Raven. Is she going to wear the traditional outfit and that? And I think she looked really pretty. SK had the full gear and he looked smart as well. It was just a shame, I think, where it come. But for 2 episodes, episodes 8 and 9, I was bored out of my fucking tits, Dave. I was like, what the fuck is this? It was so shit. We had loads of dialogue from every couple, and ultimately this was the best part, SK and Raven, the wedding, but there was just like 3 hours of nonsense. We've had like 7 episodes to this point, and I still go back to what you say. I do listen to you. I know you think I do listen to you. When you said, I think they're fucking playing us here with like Bartice and Raven, the will they, won't they, and then you had Colleen, didn't you, and Cole and all that, and you played it absolutely right. Nothing's fucking happened, has it? Nothing juicy where we can be coming on calling them bellends. It's just, I don't know, it's just this middle section of this series, it's just been fucking boring, I think.
Yeah, but I don't think. Usually we think, if the couples get on really well and there's no drama or anything, then then it's boring. But this is, there's been no drama, but there's not really any couples that I'm rooting for either. I mean, SK and Raven probably the most out of everyone. And I was a bit surprised at the way that went. I mean, their kind of journey through these 3 episodes, it was, it seemed more about Raven and, could she kind of embrace this traditional Nigerian culture? And, SK is very clearly very family oriented, whereas she's got a very small family and, doesn't really have that closeness, certainly none of the traditions, that they were talking about. So I think that was part of their journey through the last few episodes. But I tell you, I was kind of warming to them because, I felt like, in the early episodes at least, that Raven did come across like, she was an influencer wannabe, and that was her reason for being superficial, no compromising whatsoever. It's all on her terms, and didn't think she would give SK the time of day. I mean, she didn't really, when they first meet each other. I guess it must be a bit weird, but we've seen other people be really happy and joyful and stuff, and she just wasn't really. But I've really, I think I've seen her kind of really warm to SK, and I thought they got on really well, to the point when you get to the wedding at the end and he drops the fucking bombshell that, nah, it's all right, mate, we'll leave it for now. I'm like, I got a bit fucking emotional. I'm like, you bastard. You're like, yeah, it's not really the right time. It's like, yes, I said that last week when I said you wanted to bum around as a fucking student for 2 years, into your marriage. Fucking, you should have done that before. But I just found it really weird, and I found it a bit manipulative of him, because some of that shit he was saying on that final day, he could have said before. Yeah, he gave no indication that he felt like this wasn't the right time for them. So I thought it was a bit fucking shit of SK, to be honest, at that end bit.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because as they were coming down, as Raven was coming down the aisle, I said to Sam, like, we'd had the whole discussion with his mum, and she was all in, and the family and the friends and everyone. Like you say, Raven, and got a massive circle family-wise, but I actually said to Sam, I said, I think Raven's going to ditch him because of the student thing and everything. And that was the one thing out of these episodes that shocked us, but we were like, oh my God, like, I wasn't expecting it. I think his reasoning was right because it had been said, but he'd never actually addressed any of all the reasoning that had come apart with the relationship, like the long distance relationship. Can he keep her? She's got this relationship. Her friends questioned him. All these things they questioned him. And you're so right. And obviously, part of the show is the will they, won't they? I mean, I remember that season 1, there was one of the couples who were nailed on to be together forever, and she just went, nope, see ya.
Yeah, it was the girl, wasn't it?
Yeah, you were like...
That's because he couldn't make her orgasm.
Well, yeah. Dave, I'd have been fucking divorced years ago, but there you go. Thank God for 4 batteries, Dave, but there you go. Sam is going to fucking lever me, Dave.
Is that why you're playing FIFA?
I always wonder why that fucking toothbrush is on for hours, Dave. I don't know.
Must have the cleanest teeth in the
world. We're going through double A's like there's no fucking tomorrow in this house, Dave. But anyway, can we get back to this before I'm fucking on Love is Blind next series, Dave?
You're going to be on old Love Island next year.
Chris Phelps from Manchester. Yeah, he was happily married for 25 years. So strangely
split up after this unknown circumstances.
His nose is a lot flatter these days. Yeah, we're not sure why. Right, so trying to get back to this very fucking quickly, Dave, because I'm going to get a fucking nail for this. So, what I would say is I genuinely thought it was going to be Raven. His reasoning was bang on what he was saying. But like you said, going through the whole rigmarole, the will they, won't they, the whole thing, the show's built on a cliffhanger, innit? Are they actually going to say yes or no? And they do that like fucking the X Factor and fucking all the other shit where whoever's got to say like the clinical thing, like whoever wins or whatever, and it's there for ages, innit? They hang on it for so long, and they probably fucking slow it down and all that, so it just looks so dramatic. But even his mum was going, I do. And he didn't. And I'm like, he had a hell of an outfit on, Dave, right? That is a proper traditional Nigerian outfit. And you can see him struggling when he had to take it off. And I'm like, why didn't you just tell her before? Have some respect, and just say, are the hands tied because of the show? Because I'm with you. To get all the friends and family there, that is fucking horrendous. But then I was thinking, have they had an agreement before? Has she sort of said, I don't want to do... I'm not trying to put the blame on Raven at all, but have they come to an agreement between themselves that they don't think this is the right time? There's a few things that they want to question, and he's done the right thing by saying no. Because I've got to say, Dave, they shot this. There was loads of continuity problems because 1 minute Raven's got tears down her face, then she hasn't. How many times can she walk around that fucking hotel room, Dave, with a wedding dress on? She's just like, they were shooting stuff from every angle. She just kept walking around lone, and then she was against the door, and the door's end, she's to the left. And I'm like, if she was so devastated, which she probably was, if we take it on, you know, on what was watching is true, then fine, she would have had that dress off straight away, Dave. I felt sorry for her, but then I was sort of thinking, oh, we've gone Hollywood now, haven't we, at the end? It's proper, you know, fucking fairy tale. We just need him to come in with the glass shoe and fucking everything will be finger. I don't know, I just didn't buy it at the end. It seemed too dramatic.
Yeah, it's almost like they're trying to recreate that season 1, isn't it? With, was it Giovanna or something like that?
Yeah, he was a dick in though, wasn't he?
And Damon.
Oh, what a wanker.
Something like that.
Damon
yeah,
got on the fucking gear and everything. What a knobhead he was.
Yeah. So it was like they were trying to recreate that, I feel like. I don't know. Actually, that's an interesting conspiracy. Did they discuss it before? And he's taken one for the team? Because in my mind, that would make more sense than what he actually said, because what he said about the timing of it and everything, he could have said all of that in the pods.
Yeah.
He could have actually, you know what, in fact, fuck the pods, he could have just said that fucking before the show. It's like, he got his application accepted, and then it's like, yeah, but I'm going to uni, you know, in the most expensive part of the country. So yeah, it's probably not the right time for me. I should want to concentrate on my studies. I have to say, Chris, right, I work in IT. Excuse me. I have never known anyone. I've worked in this industry for like quarter of a century or a couple of years short of that. I've never known anyone who's actually a software engineer to go back to uni.
Yeah.
Because technology changes. You become an expert in one thing, but then, you know, there's always new platforms, new technologies coming out and stuff, so you're always having to develop yourself, but you kind of do it as part of the job. And there's something off about that for me. I don't know. Maybe it's a Californian thing. Maybe this is the world's cream of software engineers that go there, or maybe it's an MBA type of thing. So I've known someone do that. I've known someone do an MBA, you know, but as part of their job, you know, you do need bills to be paid. So yeah, just something a bit odd, something a bit off about that that doesn't fit.
Yeah, I mean, look, it ran its course. I don't, you know, I know I don't work in IT. I don't understand that sort of sector as such. Well, all the technology of it all, obviously, but I just think, you know, I think sometimes, Dave, we want the drama, we want it, but then you're sort of thinking, well, what's the fucking point of you being in this show? Because when you've done that on a show like this and the exposure, are they going to stay together? Do you know what I mean? Like, the validity of that, I don't think within a few months these two are going to be split up. I'd be amazed if this relationship. I know they're both saying they love each other, but I don't know, Dave. I'm questioning.
I think these have got a little bit of a chance, Chris. I can't help it. You know, deep down, I know that most of it is fake, but you know, I kind of feel I'm rooting for these a little bit, just because where they've come from, I genuinely seem to see that kind of that growth, you know, and affection between them. You know, little things like just holding hands and stuff while they're talking, you know, so not even blatantly front and center in the camera, in the shot and everything. So I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they were still together, you know, and then just, you know, it's like any relationship, it's a bit of a gamble anyway, but, you know, they, out of the pressure of the show, I think they might have more of a chance of actually thriving.
Potentially. I mean, the good thing is, Dave, there will be a Chris Phelps. Are they still together now? Because there's plenty of articles knocking about, which luckily I've not clicked on, but there is. So, Dave, I'll tell you one thing, actually. We're getting to the couples. I've got to say, the girls had a far better fucking time on their fucking hen dudes.
They bloody did, didn't they?
Fuck me, Dave. There was plenty of fucking dollar bills being thrown about there. The blokes, let's go and chase a fucking bull. Oh, wow. What? I mean, I know that's a cowboy thing, but it was just like, great. Wow, that's fucking amazing. Well done, lads. Just get, they should have been going to a strip club as well, Dave. So I don't know.
Yeah.
The girls had a fab, and they were all wasted. Have you seen that thing on TikTok with where you get like the men and women, and a lot of them, to be fair, are the ladies, where they go, "Hi, my name's Dawn, and this is my first drink," and then they go, and then at the end of the night they do it again. They go, "Hi, my name's Dawn, and this is my last drink." And have you never seen it, Dave?
No.
Fucking brilliant. These like men and women, when they go out and a guy will come on and go, "Hi, my name's Dale, and this is my first," and then at the end of the night, it's like, "Hi, this is Dale, this is my last drink," and it shows him. There's loads of videos of them. They're fucking belting, and the girls, you could clearly see that they were fucking hammered by the end of the night. It was great. I must admit, that did make me chuckle. The guys were just a bunch of boring bastards, I've got to say.
Yeah, it was almost night and day, wasn't it? I mean, you couldn't get away with putting the blokes in a strip club. I mean, it is just different, isn't it? It's a bit more fun, a bit more, a bit more of a laugh when you have the girls and you have like the Dream Boys or whatever. Whereas the lads into a strip club, it's serious business, Chris. You've got to store those memories away. So they had to do something, but it did look fucking boring. And they had like more, they kept cutting, from these serious conversations. It's like, well, are we the right people for each other? To, whoa, let's stick some dollar bills down your G-string.
Oh, they're all sweaty, he was saying. But yeah, I did chuckle at that, Dave. I thought they're watching this back, they'll have some good fun with that. But I think as well, just go back to the couples, was so I said it was pretty boring, but one of the couples who, and I don't like either of them, for being honest, but I think Cole and Zaynab. Cole is a fucking bellend, Dave. Like, he's one of these frat boys who's just, anything he says offensive, it's a joke, and he's one of them, "Oh, it's just a joke, what's up with you?" But as it went on, Zaynab was getting on my fucking nerves, Dave. She was like one of the Kardashians. I know I love the Kardashians, even though the new series on Disney is fucking atrocious. It's a terrible show at the moment because they've got full control. It's awful. But they go, "Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do." And Zaynab was like, some of the things I thought Zaynab was saying to Cole was like, "Fuck me, you really, I don't know whether she's gone on the defensive because he's such a cock, and he is a cock, that she's just like, I've had enough of this fucking idiot. He's so childish. I just want out." And that's fine, and I agree with that. But she was getting on my fucking nerves as it went on, David. Well, both of them, I was like, I don't care if you two make it or not. You're a pair of dicks.
I think I agree with the sentiment of what you're saying there. I think there's just such an obvious maturity gap between them. I mean, she was trying to make dinner that apparently Cole was trying to make, and she's like, "Oh, what's this?" And he's obviously thought it through. I mean, it's purely for the cameras as well, but he's got his little Nerf bullets there, and then he's like, "Pew pew," and then she's like, "I'm literally cooking chicken here. It's a fucking fire hazard. You bellend."
I was laughing because I thought, that's probably me with Sam. I'd probably go in and fucking shoot her in the head or something. You fucking leather me, boy.
The editor, cut scene to A&E. Fucking big black eye or bloodshot eye. So, yeah, I just think they're on such different levels that they just wind each other up. But I thought the worst thing... I actually feel like, I mean, Zaynab was coming across a bit annoying, I agree, but I think she was kind of almost pushed into that position because it's like she was getting pushed into the position of being a mother to him because I don't know, he's from this very religious background, isn't he? And I don't know if he's just been let off the hook or something, or let off the leash and he's just, wanting to go a bit mad or something. But they were just winding each other up. But Cole went from being mildly, it's funny. Like, honestly, if I was trying to cook dinner, I think that would annoy me if someone fucking was firing Nerf bullets and it was getting in the dinner. But when he said to her, "Well, you should just be, what was it? Just a bit more loving and Oh, fucking hell, what was it? It was loving and unassuming, I think
Unassuming,
it was.
yeah. Be unassuming, he said, yeah.
There was something else before unassuming. Oh, it's going to piss me off.
Be sweet. He said just be sweet and unassuming.
Sweet,
Yeah.
that was it. Yeah, you should be sweet and unassuming. I'm like, oh, you haven't gone out with real people before. You've gone out with like people like Colleen, who just like to like flick their hair and laugh at your jokes and shit. But then he stepped it up another notch and genuinely questioned whether she was bipolar.
Oh, that was terrible. I've got to say, Devin, and you're right,
Yeah.
because he did it in such a jokey way. And I'm like, you cannot make that into a joke. So I thought that was terrible, if I'm being honest, Dave.
Yeah. No, it was awful. But I mean, it's in no evidence of that. But I mean, the fact that people kind of have these different moods and feel differently at different times, you know, and like you fucking don't just laugh and giggle when you're fucking firing your Nerf gun all over the place in the kitchen. I just, it's all about him, I think, and his life experience.
Yeah, I think so. He's just a fucking douche, isn't he? Absolute bellend. But what do you think, Dave? So we get the cliffhanger. I know we got a little bit of Alexa and Brennan, and I'm not feeling this thing where, like, Alexa's dad had been saying to me, you know, she needs this lifestyle. It's like, fuck off. What? So she was an entitled, spoilt child. Right, nice one, yeah. So that puts Brennan at a disadvantage straight away. So I'm not saying he can't provide for whoever, but I can't be doing that shit. That superficial bollocks. Like, well, my daughter's used to this kind of life. Well, tough fucking shit. She might have to stand on her own 2 feet, Dad. You fucking, with your trophy 25-year-old missus and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you can fuck right off with millionaire, you bellend. He's obviously taking all the fucking testosterone, Dave, but it's just like such a bad thing for Brennan. And I know he just sort of smiles all the time. Give him props, Dave. Harley Davidson. You go for a little ride. Wasn't really any fucking safety going on there, though, Dave. They were just driving down the street without a helmet on. But there wasn't a lot with them, and we're going to find out in, like, episode 11, which is the final episode. And we've got the reunion, but the proper final episode of the journey. But what do you think to Barty's, Dave? Because I think he's a cock as well. Sorry, go on.
Before we move off them, though, Alexa and Brennan, I did appreciate, I don't think we called it out previously, but I did appreciate when Brennan's like, yeah, I'm totally up for like becoming Jewish. And then the dad gets out the fucking circumcision tools. I thought that was a good one. Yeah, I see why that's rubbing you up the wrong way. I mean, I hadn't really looked at it that way, but yeah, now that I think about some of that dialogue, it was a bit shitty, wasn't it? It's like, you know, my little princess, you know, I've spoiled her rotten, so you're the same. That's what I'm expecting of you. Now, I don't think, from nothing Alexa has said, I don't think she doesn't expect to stand up on her own 2 feet. But yeah, from what the family was saying, it does come across a little bit like that. But also, you know, what made me laugh was they were going on about some of the Jewish traditions and everything. And he was talking about, you know, I can't remember what the term for it was. And, you know, the father was saying, well, you know, when I was converted my, you know, trophy wife, obviously didn't say that, but when I was converting the wife, you know, I found out a lot of things, and I found out about there's this thing called, you know, whatever it was, but essentially it's a prenup. So, you know, you have to, you know, even if you divorce or whatever, you're still going to have to take care of your ex-wife. And Brennan's face was just like, you what now? So I did like that bit, and I did think, well, fucking hell, out of all the couples, for you, Sunshine, the stakes have just stepped right up, because it's not like maths, this one, is it? Because we know they're kind of fake marriages. This one's a real fucking deal, isn't it?
Yes.
This is you are actually married at the end of this, so if you're doing it for the cameras, son,
You're on the wrong show.
That is going to be a fucking expensive little jaunt, I think. So I am desperate to see which way they go now.
Yeah, no, you know what, Dave? I'm sorry I jumped then. You're right. I forgot about that. That's a great point. And I think, look, we go through these shows. Let's say we've been talking for nearly half an hour, and I'm like, nothing's happened. Before we record, and then when we start talking, it's like, oh, actually, there was, because I think the full stop on the episode was when we had this all the way through. Bartiz and Nancy. I think she's a nice girl. I think there's 6 years. So between me and Sam, there's 7 years, right? She still looks younger than me, Dave, which is, everyone says that. I was like, oh, you're still the same age. I'm like, oh, yeah, of course we are. Yeah, no, well, thanks very much. But she looks younger than me, Sam, which is credit to her, Dave, and I'm digging a fucking hole here. I can just hear my voice as I'm talking.
You're just trying to oversell it.
Yeah, I'm trying to oversell it.
To your fucking
just move
point.
move on. So I can look back and cringe, because I was 19 when I got with her, and she was 26, and I can cringe now and think, oh my God, I was such a cock, so immature, you know what I mean? I've not changed much as I've got older, but, you know what I mean? I'm more aware of myself. He has got some weird hang-ups going on, Bartiz, and I think Nancy's laying it all on the line. She's in 1 minute they love each other, not, and some of the dialogue with his mates and that. His mates, like there was the big lad, the one who looks like he's like a power lifter or something. He's a big lad, with big arms. And that. He's talking to him, Dave, and he literally was just doing Homer Simpson donuts. And he's going, so what do you think we should do? And he's like fucking 23 years old or whatever he is, 24. And he's just like, this is a bit too fucking serious. It's like sitting here with me fucking parents. You could see his mates were not interested in his shit. And I will put my fucking house on he's going to bin her off. I might be wrong here, but everything's leading to him, because all he's doing is second guessing himself and basically making excuses. And she says, I do. And it goes off. I said to Sam, so we're getting a cliffhanger here, don't you? And she went, no. I said, we're getting a cliffhanger. And that's exactly what we got. And I was like, I could be wrong. And he might say, yeah. And then with the real drama starts with the other couples. But at the moment, everything Bartiz has done in these episodes points to him absolutely shelving this relationship.
Yeah. He's not been in since he met her, has he, really?
No.
I don't think. And I still got this thing, Chris, about, I mean, it's worked out for you and that's great, but most people, the bloke is older than the woman.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes in very problematic ways, Chris, but I think there's genuine reasons for that. I mean, us blokes, we do mature a bit slower, don't we? We are bell ends for a bit longer in our lives. So, yes. So I think it kind of makes sense. And I'd never really given it much thought. But in this season, you just happen to have two of the couples where the women are a little bit older, the early 30s. And then you've got two mid-20s blokes, so Bartiz and Cole. And I just feel like the maturity gap just shows massively. Now, that might be nothing to do with the age gap. It might just be with them, but that's the way it comes across to me. That Bartiz is just not fucking ready for this. I mean, Chris, I kind of did, you're saying about it being little bit dull, but I was getting a little bit emotional, when Nancy had made him that little sort of package with all these really meaningful, thoughtful gifts, nothing expensive, elaborate, but everything meant something. And you could see it got to him, and all I could think was, well, you're getting emotional because you're going to ditch her. But I thought the choice of the different gifts just showed how much she was in, but how thoughtful she was as well. And I just thought, well, he's still at that point of his life where the most important person is himself. And I just, you know what? I'd love it, Chris. As Kevin Keegan once said, I'd love it if she binned him off. But I don't think so. I think it's the other way, isn't it? He's going to bin her off and she's going to be distraught and she doesn't deserve it.
No, I'm with you on that, Dave. I'm with you. It's interesting, isn't it? Because they put them together, and we slate on maths, don't we? The experts, and you're like, how do you even put these people together? This isn't chosen by experts. It's chosen by blind dates, isn't it? It's basically speed dating, but you can't see each other. So, there was something there, but he was second guessing that anyway. He wanted Raven, didn't he? And as soon as she binned him off, he was like, "Will you marry me to Nancy?" There was something there.
I'm not sure you're remembering that 100% correct. He said he was thinking about something else. And to save face, she was like, oh, yeah, well, I'm glad you said that because I was totally going to bin you off. He actually said the thing first, that he was thinking about someone else. So she only said she was going to bin him off as like an ego thing. She couldn't let herself like be in that position where she was second best.
That's true, Dave. Now listen, I do forget things. We've got a lot of fucking reality TV going here. Okay,
a lot of fucking no-mark celebrities.
I'll take my loss on that one. Okay, you could be right. I'm not listening back to the fucking podcast, Dave. So I'll just go with what you just said. Okay, I apologise for that. Yeah. So, Dave, have you got anything else? Because we've got a couple of emails as well to read out.
Well, I mean, we could talk about the other couple as well. Colleen and Matt.
Yeah, and that's going to unravel.
Holy shit. He is fucking problematic as hell, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, we've just come off a season of Maths where, the first season I'm aware of, where they've edited a whole bunch of toxic shit out of it. They've literally passed the point where even shitty reality TV is, saying, right, we can't show any of this, it's too bad. And, a lot of the contestants have come out and said, oh yeah, it was really bad and everything. This Matt is a dick as well. And I don't know what his excuses are. Again, this thing of, he was saying that he got together with his girlfriend when they were 15. And then we found out that, she told me she was cheating on me and she was pregnant, and I haven't seen her since. And I'm like, yeah, there's something else going on there, though. Because every time that they try and have some kind of serious conversation, he looks at her, Chris, with utter fucking disdain. He's like squinting his eyes and he's like looking at her like she's a piece of shit or something. And it's like, he's looking down on her, and I just don't like it. He is an absolute tinderbox, ready to go at any time. And, even his mates were saying, oh, yeah, he's an emotional guy and whatever. No, I think he's a prick. And it reminds me, I don't know if you've ever seen Happy Gilmore, but he's got a real anger issue problem at the beginning of the movie. And he's just like that. He's just very, very angry and has a lot of issues to deal with. We said when they initially got together that, he seemed to appear out of nowhere, and they got together. But, yeah, these two have got no fucking chance, Chris.
No, and I'm with you. I think Colleen's in it for the show, and because she got rejected, didn't she? Like you say, a couple of times. And Matt's not really. It's only the last couple. Maybe they haven't shown Matt a lot because he is like Matt on Maths. Because I don't think there's something off with him. I think she's just there for the staying power of the show. They're not going to get together, but if they do, it's red flags all over. Dave, yeah, he's a ticking time bomb for me. I just don't get it. And like you say, that's terrible that his girlfriend got pregnant and stuff while they were together. But like you said, there's something else going on here. Definitely. I mean, we'll never know that because it's an edited show. And you touched on Maths, Dave. Let's be honest. Our Discord fucking channel, anyone who's watched Maths UK, and obviously you guys listen, hopefully all of you's had, just go on Instagram. It's like the fucking show is still going. The drama, everyone's falling out with everyone. It's kicking off. Stuff's being revealed. Stuff's being fucking said. It's great. The amount of long-winded apology written posts on Instagram or fucking stories that have been revealed is brilliant, Dave. It's just made that series even elevated it more for me because they're just a bunch of bastards, most of them. It's been brilliant.
Yeah, the fallout's been fantastic, hasn't it? And the blow is still kind of. I think maybe I'm struggling to get into Love Is Blind because I still haven't quite divorced myself from Maths yet, because like you say, they just seem to keep it going through Instagram. It's like, normally I'm well out by this point, once as soon as the shows come. In fact, when it's Love Island, even when the bloody finals on, I'm out. That's me done. But for whatever reason, this batch of people that we've got just fucking like kids at school or something, falling out all over the place. So it's fucking brilliant.
It's been brilliant because one minute they're all friends and they're like backing each other. Next minute it's just like, I'm never speaking to her or him ever again. And you're like, what? What the fuck? So excellent stuff, guys. That'll just keep it going. I agree, Dave. It's been brilliant. So, Dave, we've had 2 emails as well. So this one's quite a long one. This is from our friend Anto, and it's basically up to the end of episode 7, which was just the podcast before this. So, say, just listen to your latest pod about Love is Blind, episode 5 to 7, and really enjoyed it. As I'm watching it, I am starting to realise the show had jumped shark and just become like every other married show, but I can't expect anything more. Here are some of my thoughts of the couples, and if they will say that the all-important yes word to one another at the wedding. I apologise in advance because this is a long email. And I've got my glasses on, Dave, so hopefully I can read this without tripping up, which I've already done already. So let's see. Now I'm getting older, the glasses have helped me reading these emails. Brendan and Alexa.
You got the little Luca from Love Island, like little dangly holder.
Mrs. Doubtfire. Mrs. Doubtfire. I've got the fucking librarian thing on there. But not on the end of my nose because it's too fucking big, Dave, so don't fucking say that, okay? I think they are a nice couple, and I think Brendan handled meeting her family well. Alexa's dad mentioned that she had a curtain lifestyle that she wants to keep, like holidays, gifts and clothes. I think that could be something that may not necessarily clash on, but Brennan is such a low-key guy and Alexa is a high-standard girl. She even said she doesn't re-wear outfits. I want them to make it to the end as they are really nice, and he clearly cares for her deeply. Now, Dave, listen, I forgot about that. Fuck me. Who in the right mind can just wear an outfit once and then get rid of it? Unbelievable. That is different level.
Yeah, it's a different... it's a different level of privilege, isn't it?
Unbelievable. So, next one is Bartice and Nancy. Wow, just wow, Bartice. I was watching this with my fiance, and we said to one another, when Bartice sees Raven, he will flop. And no, he's talking about he doesn't have the physical attraction to Nancy, even though it's clear they've been intimate with one another. I was glad that Nancy's brothers roasted him, as I know guys like Bartice, and they can sweet talk their way, put any convo, but the brothers didn't let him. I'm not sure on these two, as I think Nancy is all in, and he's hung up on things. But I can see them both saying yes, as neither is strong enough. Neither is strong enough to say otherwise. Also, Nancy speaking on unplanned pregnancies and abortion was something we haven't seen on the show before, and showed that Bartice couldn't have an adult convo, and his family sort of backed him in his feelings. So we'd seen that day, didn't we? We talked about that.
100%.
It wasn't a good look for him at all. So, next one. Cole, and this is what you'd said, Dave. Cole, a.k.a. Baby Barnett from Season 1, and Zainab. Let's just start with a statement Cole made about Zainab's looks. Don't you think I knew that when I chose a girl named Zainab instead of Lily, I knew you weren't going to be my usual type? Oh my God, that's when you read that.
A little bit racist.
Fucking hell. That's terrible. I think Cole thought that sounded really good in his head before he said it. Cole is the king of not thinking things through. I think Zainab is the type of girl that he believes he should be with, but his natural default is telling him a girl like Colleen is easier for him to gel with. Zainab is so lovely, and her stepmom explaining why it's so important for Cole's family to accept her makes so much sense and feeds into her insecurities. I'm not sure with these two as well. Well, obviously, and so what we've just discussed, I think, as much as I'm not a big fan of Zainab, I think she deserves better than Cole anyway.
Definitely.
Next one, SK and Raven. I got it wrong about Raven. I thought she just wanted to stay on the show, but there might be something there with SK that maybe we as an audience are not seeing, but still don't see. I still don't see it working. Also, how Raven talks about his Nigerian background is weird, and she lives in a huge diverse city like Dallas, but she didn't know they were Nigerian food stores. Like when she said to her friends, he is so Nigerian. His accent and talking points haven't changed since leaving the pods. And I don't know if you guys caught it when she was talking about her family, and she said that they are really southern and she's brought up by the white side more. I think that is something that is concerning her, as she said they might not see things the same. The whole moving away for school for 2 years might be her out, which is, to be fair, it was the other way around, wasn't it, Dave, at the moment? Anyway, unless that unravels more. And lastly, Matt and Colleen. Oh, Matt has those crazy eyes. Felt horrible for him when he said he was in a committed relationship and found out his partner was pregnant by another man. That's terrible. And I thought, with the whole Cole thing, will this be a massive hurdle for them as he may not trust her? Then I saw how Matt acted and thought, yeah, Colleen, you might want to sit this one out because this guy might be a potential gaslighter. I'm not too sure about Colleen, as I felt her and Matt got together out of nowhere after she was turned down by two other guys. Yeah. I think there is more to her than we are getting, but I wonder if the final episodes will be about Matt more than her because apart from the ballet, I felt we haven't learned anything further. Love the content. Also, have you guys heard that Matt from Maths and Marilise are apparently dating? Yes, we did see that one, and so they went on holidays together. Tried to make sense out of that one. Anyway, thank you, Anton, from Birmingham, UK. So great email, Dave, and proper dissection there. I think it wasn't far off what we'd said about all the couples either, which is good.
Yeah, and definitely the thing with Matt. I mean, your heart's got to go out initially, hasn't it, to anyone in that position. That the story that he described there, but like I say, just everything else that we've seen about him, it just makes me wonder. Well, what else was going on there? I can't just take it at face value. And as for fucking Matt or Maths Matt and Marilise going on holiday, well, just two fame-hungry fucking wannabes, aren't they? Just trying to cling on with their fingernails to any little bit of fucking rather than get a job, get a proper job.
Fucking power couple, Dave. I had to research who Marilise was, and I thought she was with that fucking soldier guy from Dubai, wasn't she? Fucking Mr. Blunt from last series. But yeah, fucking Matt from Maths, what a bellend he is. Fuck me.
You know what? So I thought when we were watching that show, right, tangent a bit, I thought she came across quite well. And he was coming across more like a tool. But then I was on like Facebook. And I saw, was it like Cameo or something like that? And, and she pops up on there so you can have a chat with her and stuff for 10 quid. And it's like, all right, okay.
10 quid just to fucking pay me? Fucking nonsense.
Yeah, so, I don't know.
That thing. I mean, if you ever said to me, Chris, can you get Marilise as a fucking cameo? It's my dream. Who the fuck in their mind wants Marilise off Maths as a fucking cameo?
Well, where is the line? So I went on one of these, these house programs, where you've got not one of the do up the house sort of jobs, but like you're looking for a particular type of house in a particular type of area, but you can't find the right thing, and here's your criteria, and then they go off and they find something that doesn't quite fit exactly with what you wanted, but he went on one of those programs. He's not fucking famous. So where is the line? Is it these more longer running series? Is it just the really popular ones? It's weird how some of them, like, it boggles my mind why anyone from Maths should fucking be famous, to the point where they're making money from it. But clearly they do.
They do, Dave. I mean, I think Olivia from the Aussie one, she probably gets a lot of cameos too. If someone wants to be fucking verbally abused and put down, Dave, there's people out there who are into them fetishes. That fucker will be straight on it, won't she? Fucking giving them some shit.
She's trying to make ends meet with OnlyFans, isn't she?
Well, what's shot there, Dave? After all the stuff we saw,
fucking hypocrite. Yeah.
Oh my. No, you said that actually. You were dishing me some dirt on Maths Australia for a long time afterwards. You couldn't fucking get away from what was going on. You was going, "Have you seen this?" And I'm like, "No, what?" And we were dragged into Maths Australia for about 2 months after the show. What even now we're still fucking watching stuff. Fucking. Brent got beat by Daniel, didn't he, in a buddy boxing match the other week? So that wasn't the best.
Did Daniel win?
Yeah, he won.
I didn't see the result.
Right. Yeah, he won on points, Dave. It's a shock. Apparently, they both couldn't throw a fucking punch to save their life, but apparently he won by default, I think. But and then he's got like a belt. He's got like a fucking WWE belt, like fucking Jake Paul, who does all the boxing now. They're not real boxers. Like he said, he threw about 3 punches. He said it was a right shitty fight. I'm not seeing it, but this is what I'd read online. It was a really bad fight. But he's there with the belt like he's fucking Tyson or something. It's like, you fucking cock. And he is a cockhead. He was offering other reality people out afterwards. What a knobhead. But anyway, so The next email's from Johnny, and it's entitled Angry at Cole. Hello, Chris and Dave. I just had to email because I'm fuming and need to vent. Cole is making my blood boil. Why is he acting the victim? Because Zainab is telling him to pick up his dirty shit. I just want a sweet wife. He means wants a wife that will clean up after him and do his chores for him without complaining. It's disgusting, and honestly, I find it scary because he so clearly thinks he is right. He genuinely thinks that it's the right for his wife to worship him while he pisses around and talks down to her. And the bipolar comment and question mark, I've just finished the episode and Zainab has left, and bloody hell, I hope she doesn't come back. He needs to get over himself, grow up, and I bet his Brussels sprouts tasted like shit. So, on another note, on another note, do you guys watch I'm a Celebrity, or is that not the kind of reality TV you're into? As always, loving the podcast, Johnny. So, I'm a Celebrity. We do watch it. I don't know if you watch it, Dave, but I get involved in it. I've seen all the celebrities. It does look like the fucking, other than Boy Jaws, the scraping the barrel. But once they're in there, and it's back in Australia, yeah, I do watch it. I think, I don't know, I'm not like, I can give it or take it. I like it at the end when they have the obstacle course and they're getting fucking hosed down and everything, and it's like something out of bloody It's a Knockout. But I don't know, I'm not. I mean, this year, Matt Hancock's in it, who was the fucking health secretary, who's an absolute cock. So that knobhead, he's going to get voted by the whole country completely because he owed to with lockdown with Boris Johnson. So I think everyone's going to be voting for Matt Hancock. But I listened to the radio yesterday. Sometimes it works fucking for them because they're just constantly doing the trials. They get like a following, Dave, and he don't deserve anything. What a cock he is. So yes, I'll be watching it just for Matt Hancock, Johnny. So if you know who that is, but yeah, yeah. Anyway, I'll say no more, Dave, because we're getting too political. But there you go.
Honestly, I'm going to continue on that trajectory, to be honest, because he is a fucking muppet, right? when you're an MP, when you're a politician, right, you're supposed to be a servant of the people. That is your fucking role. Why is he there in a celebrity status? This fucking dickhead was a fucking chocolate teapot. Fucking absolutely useless through lockdown. You know, we had the whole COVID thing, then it was the whole fucking eat out to help out. Meanwhile, he's flaunting the fucking rules, having this affair with this woman, you know, when you're supposed to be fucking 6 feet away from each other or whatever. And I'm fucking seething with impotent rage that he's even on it, Chris. But I tell you what, it might make me fucking watch it because I want to see that fucking cunt suffer. Yes. I want to see him eat all of the fucking shit.
Kangaroo bollocks.
I want to see him have the fucking deliverance treatment. So maybe I won't watch the whole series. I know you tend to watch it more than I do, but I tell you, if someone says, "Oh, you should see fucking Matt Hancock gets fucking absolutely pummeled," yeah, I'll be watching it.
Yeah, he's such a fucking twat, Dave, and I'm with you on that. And if you ever want to see Matt Hancock, just put in Matt Hancock Cries on Good Morning Britain and watch the fakest fucking tears when he's going on about the NHS. Have you ever seen it, Dave? It's fucking brilliant.
Have you seen it? Have you seen him where, you know, he's talking to, like, he should not be allowed around women. I mean, you've got this female presenter.
Oh, and he's
rather than, like, looking at the... Yeah. He's just literally, like, stood next to her, staring at her, and then, like, inching closer to her. I'm like, fucking hell, mate, you should be locked up. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing.
It's such
he's such a knob.
I know you're going to do this afterwards and you're going to fucking miss me, but you've got to find on YouTube that clip of him. It's fucking brilliant. He starts, like, rubbing his eyes, you know, as if he's got onions or something, trying to make himself crack.
Like, what's his face from Love is Blind?
Yes.
Bringing it back to Love is Blind. He's got the old teardrop thing.
Teardrops, yeah. Andrew. His face.
Andrew,
you can see him, like, doing, and you can see he's, like, smirking, or like a little school kid. You know, when you get a bollocking as a kid and you're trying to look like you're really remorseful, but really you're thinking, fuck off. That's exactly. But this, on a serious note, what that guy did and part of is a fucking disgrace. And he's getting 400 grand for fucking going on the I'm a Celebrity. What a fucking joke that is.
That is a fucking disgrace.
That's a fucking joke, Dave. I'll do it for fucking half the price and I'll eat some bollocks as well.
you
Kangaroo bollocks, not normal bollocks, but
You should watch that This England, you know.
I know I need to watch
before
it,
you watch I'm a Celebrity. All about the shit leading up to lockdown, and it's so close to the bone. It feels like it's almost too soon. I mean, we're not out of a fucking pandemic yet. You know, this winter is going to be tough. So, you know, I don't know. Yeah, anyway, bit of a I'm a Celebrity tangent there, but yeah, absolute. See you next Tuesday.
That's the one, Dave. So big thank you, Dave, as always, mate. We've been the crack of this. Big thanks to everyone, as always. If you want to email us, cdrealitycast@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on social media, @cdrealitycast. And if you want to get over to Facebook, Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast, guys, come over there and join us and, you know, listen in. Give us some thoughts on the show. And obviously, you can give me some stick as well, because I do like that when I get some stick, Dave. So it's always good fun. Get over to patreon.com/CD Realitycast if you want to support us a little bit more. And today's roll call on it is Cassie, Megan, Kate, Annabeth, Maggie, Kristen, Zoe, Gillian, Michelle. Dave, I've lost my breath there. Michelle, it was Michelle. Keith, Helen, Brianna, Jacqueline, Amy, Joanna, Libby, Katie, Dee Dee, Hannah, Priscilla, Susan, Hennessy, Lauren, Lucky Lou Green, and Ken Gustafsson. So thank you so much, guys, for all your support as always. And Dave, we ride off into the weekend because we've got a couple of days break from all this fucking reality stuff.
Yay!
And then we start again. So I do thank you for going along to not doing 2 podcasts at once, Dave, because that obviously was not going to happen. But there you go. Okay.
This is not too bad. I kind of feel like this season of Love is Blind is a bit dull. I think they're struggling to recreate the magic of that first season. I thought that one was really good. But series 2 was not good. Reunion, fucking atrocious. I'm hoping this one will be a little bit better. So let's see. But we'll be back again. Well, it'll probably be, about this time next week, won't it? When we'll do Love Island, second week recap. And then we'll do Love is Blind, the reunion as well.
Good stuff, mate. So have a good weekend, and I'll see you next time.
Bye now.